Welcome to another unit, and today's unit is Have You Got a Minute? So obviously, what do you think they're talking about?
Maybe phone calls, or
Maybe phone calls.
requires,
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, all right. So let's do the first one. It's okay. We will understand what is happening. Here, I want you to look into those adjectives. We have like 12 adjectives, okay? I want you to read them and think about their meanings. And I want you, after reading them, just write S. If the pair of the like vocabulary is similar, write S, similar. But in case they're different, write D, okay? Have a look at them, read them.
Okay.
Have you finished?
Yes, kind of.
Okay, so let's check the first pairs. Supportive and helpful. Are they the same or different?
No, they're different.
Yeah.
Okay. What about diplomatic, tactic, or tactful?
I guess the same.
We'll see. Sensitive and sensible.
Different.
Different. Okay. Confrontational and collaborative.
Different as well.
We will see. Aggressive and assertive.
What does assertive mean?
We will see. I'll show you all of their meanings.
Okay.
All right, so you don't know. Direct or focused?
They're different.
All right, let's see. The first one, different. Supportive and unhelpful are like near opposite. They're very different, right? Supportive, you support people. Unhelpful, you don't help people. So it's very different. Two, the same. Both, they mean like to avoid harming others, right? Like diplomatic and tactful. You just do not face people, you know, with like, you did that. You just, you find a diplomatic way to say it. Right. Now, different three, sensitive, it means that you are easy to hurt, or you understand what other people feel and care about. Now, sensible, it means that you make good and rational decisions. You see, it's different. All right, for confrontational and collaborative, they are different as well. Confrontational, it's like you confront people, you like to fight them, and you like to just, you know, do you know the meaning of confront someone?
Yes.
Yeah. Collaborative, it means like to work with others, so it's very different. Now, aggressive, it's a negative. It's like negative and means you push too much, or, you know, any situation. Now, assertive is more positive, and it means that you have confidence to give your point of view. This is the meaning of assertive. It means to be
Okay.
sure of what you know.
Yeah.
Now the last one, direct and focused, they consider them the same or similar, okay? They're not the same. Now direct, it's like someone who is or something that is just pointed. Focused, again, you just focus about something. All right, do you have any questions regarding them?
No.
No.
All right, okay. Now I want you to think about the opposites. So what is the opposite of supportive? Unsupportive, right? What about helpful? Sorry, I said it. What about unhelpful? It's helpful, right? Now I want you to have a look at the others and just try to guess the prefix that you should use to form the opposite.
Okay.
Go on, take half a minute. All right, let's do it together.
Okay.
So the opposite of diplomatic.
Undiplomatic.
Undiplomatic.
Tactful.
Also untactful.
So that's correct. Listen, but tactful, we say tactless. So sometimes you gotta use the suffixes as well, not just the prefixes.
Okay.
All right. What about sensitive?
It's insensitive.
And sensible?
Unsensible.
Well, we say senseless. No problem.
As well. Okay.
Confrontational, unconfrontational. And we say uncollaborative, which means like here they're telling us these opposites exist but are not common. Yes, we don't use them that much. Now, aggressive, it's non-aggressive, assertive, unassertive, direct, indirect, and focused, unfocused. Here they are, you can take them.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. Now, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 6, okay? And they're telling us which adjective from above here describe your manner when, for example, when you break bad news to someone.
I guess.
Okay, breaking bad news here, they said sensitive, tactful. All right. What about a friend is down and in trouble? Which one would you use with it?
It's supportive, right?
All right, that can be, yeah, just supportive, sensitive. Correct. Think about the other 4 ones. Making a complaint, you work on a project with someone, or cycling, trying to sort out a problem between 2 friends. Go on, work on them.
Okay.
All right, let's do it together. So
Okay.
making a complaint, which adjectives would you use with this one?
I would use unhelpful and sensitive.
All right, what about you work on a project with someone?
It's collaborative, I guess.
Yeah, I think
That's correct. Collaborative, supportive, diplomatic. And you are driving or cycling?
Focused.
Focused.
Yes.
That's correct. And the last one, you are trying to sort out a problem between two friends?
Diplomatic and tactful.
Yeah, tactful, sensitive, and so on. Now, let's move on down. Let's move on down there. They're telling us handling an awkward situation. This is very terrible. I hate awkward situations.
I'm not good at this.
Me too. But no, to be honest, sometimes I try to manage. Like, yeah, I try to use my tactful techniques.
When you need them.
Exactly. So let's work in pairs. We're already working in pairs. Look at situations 1 to 3. All right. And photos. Okay. So what would be the best way to handle each situation? Right. Let's do it together. Tips for talking things through. Sometimes we have to raise topics with someone which we find embarrassing or awkward. Following these 5 tips will help smooth the process and minimize hurt feelings. All right, let's see number 1. Say clearly why you want to talk to them at the start. Okay, let's look at the pictures. I think, your colleague loud. All right, the situations are here. Okay, sorry, the tips are here. So let's look at the situation number 1. Your colleague has loud personal conversations on the phone when you're trying to work. Okay. So we have here the tips, but let me see before reading the tips. What would you do if you have this situation? I had this situation, and you know, we have like teachers room, and there was one of the teachers who was like really, you know, from the traditional types of teachers, and he was like shouting over the phone. And to be honest, I was like, he's like twice of my age, so it would be awkward to talk to him and tell him to be quiet. So I just found somewhere else to work, and that's it. What about you? What would you do?
I would talk to her. I mean, saying that I'm trying to work, so could you please lower your voice, or, you know, in a polite way, tactful way.
Yeah. What about you, Tasneem?
Yeah. For me,
I just heard some, you know, like voice breaking with the. It's okay. You have some internet connection problems. Tasneem, it's okay. You can write to us. We can't hear you very well. I think you can write in the chat. I allowed it here. Here. We will read them. Don't you worry. Tartil, it's really weird that you both live in the same place, but your internet connection is way better than hers.
I'm using my phone data, and she's had a different line, like, you know.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes.
But anyway, it's okay. She can write, and we can respond to her ideas. So a flatmate of yours You don't have flatmates, you're lucky. Keeps borrowing money and never pays you back. Right.
Oh.
This happened to me when I was in college, and we had all of those, like conversations about give me back my 1,000 lira. In Syria we use lira as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can be awkward.
It is awkward, not sometimes, it's all the time.
Yeah, all the times. That's right. Have you ever experienced that? Obviously not.
No.
Maybe friends, not just flatmates.
No, even friends.
No.
Yeah, lucky you. Well, if you're a student in the dorms, you will definitely have this, because it's just, like students love to borrow from each other's.
Yeah.
Right. So you're the manager of an elegant restaurant, and a waitress has come in with purple hair. Purple hair in a restaurant? I don't think so.
Look, it depends on the person. Like some people really fit them the purple hair. I mean, not like this picture, But you got what I mean. I mean, some people
look
fit them,
this is really not suitable for a restaurant. Not any restaurant. If you read the sentence, elegant restaurant, like high class people are going there. So I think waitresses, they have even like a uniform, so they should look, formal. I don't know. You were telling me. I can follow up on your point. Go on.
I would tell her to change her hair color or her hairstyle to fit her in a good way, and to take off this piercing because it looks so bad.
Yeah, or to face the music.
Yeah.
Right. But sometimes it feels like, sometimes talking about this is really interesting. I used to have this kind of judgment on people out of their appearance especially when I was like in college. But over the time, I really met some people who changed this point of view. There are some people with, like long hair, and just some people like to, have that feeling that they're different. But at the end, they're like good people. So sometimes it really depends.
Yeah, for sure.
So here they're giving us tips on how to deal with these situations. Say clearly why you want to talk to them at the start. All right. Give the message clearly, be specific. Oh, okay. Don't tell them what other people say or think. Give them space to say what they think and feel. Suggest a solution. Right. I think we have enough on that. Now let's move on to listening. I wish Tasneem can hear us, and we will have a conversation, and I want you to tell me if those sentences are true or false according to the conversation. Are you ready? I can play them now, or I can play it now.
Yes.
Unit 8, recording 5.
Here's your coffee.
Oh, thanks, Jim. Oh, I needed that.
No problem. Hey, Liz, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
Oh, yeah?
It's just that, well, you borrowed some money from me last week.
Oh, right. It was €10, wasn't it? I don't actually have that on me at the moment.
It's not that. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but...
Right.
It's just that this isn't the first time I've lent you money, and, well, yeah... I know it's not a lot, it's just small amounts each time, but it kind of adds up quite quickly. I don't know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realise. I know I'm terrible with money. I just forget. Look, I promise I'll give it back. But could you wait a week until I get paid?
Well, actually, you've said that once before. I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but it, never happened. And it makes things slightly awkward. I mean, it makes me feel just a bit annoyed. You see where I'm coming from?
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
Look, I've got a suggestion. I'd feel better if we could work out how much is owed, and then you could pay me back a little each week, however much you can afford. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Okay, great. So, well, why don't we start?
Man, I hate that situation when someone has to literally beg for his money, for his own money. Right, so Liz owes Jim a small amount of true or false?
True.
True.
She wants to pay him back immediately.
Yes, true.
But now, okay, she
But
doesn't always keep her promises.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah, Jim wants her to pay a certain amount of money each week.
True.
Here they said wrong. Let's see why. He suggested that she pays back, however, how much she can afford each week. So, right. So I want you to look at this. This is very similar, you know what, to the international exams. The exam, for example, the IELTS. They just, look what they do. They try to confuse you with the general words like here, for example, a set. All right, but he in the recording said as much as you can. So this is the opposite of that, you see? So in this case, your answer would be like, it's very similar to be correct, but it's not. This is, I saw this many times in the international exams, by the way, like the IELTS specifically. She doesn't always keep her promises. This is correct, no problem for this one. She wants to pay him back immediately. This is false. She said next week, you see? So again, this is wrong. The first one is wrong. Let's see why. She borrows small amount each time. You see this word each time? That can change your answer. Each time, that means, but it became a lot over the weeks, right? Okay.
Yeah,
now
right.
be careful, it's okay.
Okay.
Now let's move on to the next question. All right, I want to, yes. I want you now to complete sentences or phrases 1 to 5. Then we will listen to the recording, okay? Have a look at them.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Make sure you covered them well.
Can you hear us, teacher? Can you
I
hear
can't
me?
hear
Okay.
Unit 8.
Yes, please.
Recording 5.
Shall I say them?
Yes, go on. Sorry, yes, go on.
Okay. there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. And number two, I guess it's just that I hope you don't get this wrong way, but I don't want to get the wrong idea, but do you know what I mean? And how does that sound?
All right. So, well, many of them correct. The first one, meaning. The second one, it would be just. It's just that.
Yeah.
It's the same. I don't take this the wrong way, we say.
Okay.
And what I mean. And the last one, how do that sound? We say, it sounds good, you know? It sounds good. Like, does it sound good? Something like that. All right. This is very easy for you. Have you finished it here?
Yes, for me.
All right. Now, let's move on to the language bank. We have here some handling awkward situation related words. You have here, they're telling you when you're preparing the listeners or the listener, this sounds very easy, right? But this is, by the way, this is very important to the IELTS. I teach IELTS, like I help students preparing for their IELTS exams, and they always like have some problems using those because those are phrases which are used by native speakers mostly. So you can prepare the listener by saying, there is something, and then, you know, you can continue. I have been meaning to talk about, you know, to talk to you about, and then you say, I'd like to talk about, or to talk to you about, and so on. Here, those phrases are helpful to prepare the listener. Just practice them at home. This is it. We have no grammar here. Give the message. You can try to use this as an introduction. I hope you don't, and continue your information. Don't take this the wrong way. You can use the other one here. I don't want to get the wrong idea, but again, you put the wrong idea. It's just sometimes, yeah, they're just trying to make you practice how you can use language to soften awkward situations. But yeah, sometimes it's just awkward. So it's just that, and then you put the idea you want. Here, suggesting solutions. This can be helpful as well. You can say, I have a suggestion, I have an idea. It feel better if, and then you put the solution you want to talk about. Getting the other person's point of view. Here you can ask questions. Do you see where I'm coming from? It means like, do you know what I'm talking about? You see? How does that sound? How would you feel about that? Do you know what I mean? Right. So this is very easy. Just you need to practice them at home. Now I have here like an exercise. You have here a conversation, A, B, and you have here some phrases. Match them together, please, and then we can do them, and even we can take turns reading them.
Okay.
Right, here it goes. Here it goes. Have you finished?
Yes.
Tasneem, is your internet connection any better now?
Can you hear me?
It's a little bit better. You're still breaking. All
Okay.
right. So let's do it together.
I will take A.
All right.
B.
Tasneem, you can take B.
Okay.
Okay. Max,
Go
there's
on.
something been meaning to talk to you about.
Sure, go ahead.
Look, I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but
That sounds bad.
it's just that you know how you always open the window when you come into the office. Well, it's often too cold for me.
All right, I find it too stuffy.
It's a bit annoying because you don't even ask us. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Check first time.
It's okay. It's how does that sound?
Yes.
I will make sure. I check first. How does that sound? Yes, please go on. What's your saying, Tarfir?
What does stuffy means? Like it's like personal or something? I mean, I don't.
I find it too stuffy as well. Well, stuffy means like it has more than one meaning, but I guess what they mean by it here is that how to tell you. Well, it's like, you know, it's like narrow-minded, okay? It means like something which is like very shallow, very, we say, I'm trying to find the right word for you guys.
Okay, take your time.
So I would say just it's a narrow-minded. It means like if a person is stuffy, he's like not able to get the ideas, right? This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So here I think B is just trying to say that you don't get me. You just I find it too stuffy. You're not open-minded. Obviously, we have no idea what they were talking about here. But it can be anything. Right. So here are the answers. You can see 1C, 2F, 3B, 4E, and 5A. The important thing from here is not just to know how to answer this exercise. The important thing is how to use those, okay? You just practice using those phrases. That's what this lesson is all about. Okay, do you have any questions here?
No.
All right, now let's go back to our book let me clean here my screen. 8. By the way, guys, I just want to tell you something. This book sounds easy, right? But do you see those words? This is what is easy and difficult at the same time. Using these words correctly, knowing how to put them into sentences to form highly academic writing, using them in speaking as well. This is all what forms the real language you need to use. It's okay. It's not that you want to be native speakers. It's just you need to know how to use English as a lingua franca. Like you need to know how to use English to communicate and to use it for academic. You're going to study, like I think 90% you're studying in English, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So they want us to role play the situation here. You can use the flow chart to help. Right, student A, student B. Again, we have here a situation. Do you want to play this one?
Let me just read them.
Yes,
Wait,
go ahead. Have a look at them. We need student A, student B. You can play it again. It's a little bit long, but it's okay. Can be fun. Okay. Can you do it?
Okay, we will try.
Okay. Who wants to be student A?
I will be student A.
Tasneem, can you hear us? Tasneem, you're student B.
Okay. I
Go.
hope you can hear me.
Okay. Hey, there's something I'm meaning to talk about.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, wait. Well, look, don't get me wrong, but
But what?
By the way, here you should have said like you can add something from you. You know, you don't have to just match the sentences.
Oh, okay. But let me just do this first.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm helping you. You can look at the screen. I'll just have the conversation here in front of you. Go on.
Look, I'm very busy. It's just I'm very busy and you're always on your phone.
All right.
It's quite annoying. Do you know that, right? Do you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking.
You're so cold to snip. I've got a suggestion. Why don't you ask your friend to call your mobile instead of our landline?
You mean I should use the phone in different room?
That's right. How does that sound?
That seems responsible. I'm really very sorry.
Reasonable,
No,
yes, okay.
no problem.
Reasonable.
Forget it.
All right, guys, good performance.
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to the other side here. And we have here a message, okay? We have here a message, but this message, it has some, well, not very appropriate language. I'm gonna read the message, okay? And I want you to use those words we just learned to soften the language here, okay? So you can go back to page 100, what page was it? 173, I believe, to the language bank, and you can use those phrases we learned to soften the language here. Take a minute, read the two paragraphs, and then tell me what you changed.
Okay.
All right. So, Tasneem, what did you change here?
Actually, in the first sentences, I can say, I don't want you to get me the wrong idea. Instead of, it's not that, I hope you don't take this the wrong idea, the wrong way.
Yeah, this is very correct. Thank you. You don't say like it's not that. Just you say, don't get me wrong. All right. What about the second paragraph, Tartil?
I worked on the first paragraph. Just give me one more minute and I will do it.
It's okay. I will let you listen to the recording. And
okay.
the recording has like all of the edits.
Unit 8. Recording 7. 1.
It's not that, it's... I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but...
Right.
It's just that this isn't the first time I've lent you money and, well, you haven't paid it back. I mean, I know it's not a lot, just small amounts each time, but it kind of adds up quite quickly. I don't know, do you know what I mean?
2.
Well, actually, you've said that once before. I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but it... No, never happened. And it makes things slightly awkward. I mean, it makes me feel just a bit annoyed. Do you see where I'm coming from?
It seems like afraid. Like it's... it sounds unnatural. It sounds unnatural. Sometimes this happens with them while like creating the materials. He sounds like afraid, not confused or not embarrassed, you know?
Yeah, like it's not his own money.
Yeah, as if he's committing like some felony or something. All right, so now let's have our 10 minutes of break and then we come back and we look to the next unit, okay?
Okay.
Okay. See you in 10. Guys, welcome back. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Great. So now let's move on to unit 8.4. And okay, so here we have an unpleasant title. It's the human animal. What do you think this unit's gonna be about?
First thing that comes in my mind is monkey. I don't know why.
Yeah, the same.
Right, maybe because of the Darwin theory about people being monkeys, something like that. Maybe.
Yeah.
So let's now, like, which gesture do you know? We can't show our partners. It's okay. So, you know the one like shrug your shoulders. I'll try to show you all.
First of all, what does shrug mean?
It's a kind of move.
Ah, okay, I get it.
Did you check it? Did you check the meaning?
No, but I can't.
Like when you you don't know. When you don't know, it's like I'll show you.
Okay.
Look like this. Can you see it?
No, wait. Oh, okay, yes. I see it now.
This is shrug your shoulders. Cross your fingers. Well, we know how to cross our fingers. Tap the side of your head. Well, why people would tap their head? Okay. Give the thumb up sign. You know the thumb up.
Yes. Yes.
Hold your hands out palms up. Okay. Now, nod. Do you know nodding?
No.
For me, no.
No, for me.
I'm gonna show you. This is an important move. Wait.
Okay.
By the way, people nod in different ways according to cultures. I think in the Arab world we just nod by moving just front and back. I'm gonna show you. Wait. Can you see my screen now?
Wait a minute. No.
Nod your head like this
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
You understand what is it now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And drop your thumb and first two fingers together. Thumb and two fingers together like this. Okay. Yeah, what do these gestures mean in your country? Well, this one means I don't know. Cross fingers, I guess, what does it mean? Like you're
No.
stressed? Something like that, right?
Yeah,
Wait,
maybe.
cross fingers means honestly we don't use it. Cross fingers when we say that in English it means like good luck. Like finger crossed, finger crossed.
I get it. No, I thought that was a sign for saying no, like, you know?
No, I will show you. In English, it means like luck, like this.
Yeah, I saw it in many movies.
But in our culture, we don't use that one.
Yeah,
right.
we don't.
Yeah.
Tap the side of your head. I have no idea what does that mean. Perhaps something Chinese. Guys, the one with the Japanese something like this. Do you know what does that mean in the Asian countries?
No.
All right. Thumb up, it's the same. It's international. We know that this is like good. Hold your hands out, palms up. Well, I don't know that as well. Oh, I think this one is surrender. Like, just leave me. Nod, it means yes in our culture, right? When we nod.
Yeah.
Yes. Weirdly enough, in English, it means like, I believe it means no, right? When you want to say yes, wait. When you want to say no, you shake your head just right and left, right in our culture. But in their culture, when they want to say no, they shake their head up and down. So I remember this was different. I was confused with that with my Scottish friend. Okay. Shake your head. I think it means no, or I don't know. All right, whatever. So now let's go on. Let's read the program information and correct the sentences. Who wants to read the sentences to me?
The 4 sentences, right?
Go on, yes.
Okay. Desmond Morris observed human behavior.
Sorry. We need to read the passage first, then we understand, and
okay.
then we correct the sentences.
Okay. The human animal. Desmond Morris is widely known for his study of human behavior, customs, and
rituals.
Rituals. A man watcher. In the same way as some people are a bird watcher, originally a zoologist. Myers decided to observe the classify human behavior in much the same way as he would observe animals. In his word, to do for actions what dictionary makers had done for words. His project of cataloging, right?
All right, sorry. Yeah, cataloging.
Okay, cataloging human gesticulation and movement took him over 60 countries and engrossed him for many years. In his program in the series, Morris focuses on the fascinating customs
connected with greeting and on the meaning of different gestures. Thank you very much. So interestingly, this zoologist, he believes that I feel like from the text, he believes that some people are bird watchers, and he connects the gestures with customs with. Let's see, you know what? Let's see the documentary. We have the CD. When we watch the CD, we will understand what he wants or what he tries to say. Okay?
Okay.
Can you see the video clearly?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Back in the late 1960s, I was sitting in this very restaurant on the island of Malta, talking to my publisher. I drew his attention to the fact that over the other side of the road, there were two men who were gesticulating in a particular way. The way they were holding their palms to one side was fascinating me. And he said, you know, you look at people the way that a bird watcher looks at birds. And I said, yeah, I suppose you could call me a man watcher.
As soon as I said it, it was as if I'd fired a starting gun on a major new project, one that was to engross me for many years to come and take me to over 60 different countries. I was going to do for actions what dictionary makers had done for words. I began making huge charts, naming every facial expression, every gesticulation, every movement, every posture. I kept at it for month after month.
One of the first problems I encountered was that even the simplest human action, such as the handshake, has countless variations. Sometimes it's reduced to a mere palm touch, as with these Maasai elders in East Africa. But in other countries it becomes more elaborate. In Mali, in West Africa, the handshaker briefly touches his own forearm as the palms clasp. In Morocco, the handshakers kiss one another's hands at the same time as clasping them. And in Turkey, these Kurdish farmers have taken this simple action and converted it into what amounts to a minor ritual. It's the local rule that they can't start bargaining until they're shaking hands. They have to keep on doing so until the deal is struck. The essential feature of handshaking is that it's an egalitarian act. Regardless of their social standing, the two people involved are momentarily performing identical actions. Despite their variations, all these greetings have one thing in common. They're all fine-tuned to the precise context in which they occur. Because a single message is given in a different way in different countries. The crazy sign. How do you say to somebody, you're crazy? Well, here in Rome, you do this. But in England, I would probably do this, the temple screw, saying he's got a screw loose. Or I might say his brain is going round and round. Or I might tap my head, saying, what does he think he's got inside his skull? In some countries, you do it with two hands. It varies from place to place. And if you go to Japan, you have to be careful, because if you do it this way, it means he's intelligent. you have to do it in an anti-clockwise direction in Japan if you want to say that somebody is crazy. So all over the world, the same message is given in a slightly different way.
Unbelievable. Like, this is really mind-blowing. It's
Yeah.
the Japanese one. It's interesting. I mean, the Japanese people are so smart. They just it's almost the same, like the intelligent and the, you know, the crazy one, just with function. Well, guys, this is related to the movement psychology and the it's an entire science, you know, like how people it's related to linguistics as well. This is all like, these all are a form of languages, body languages. Yes, this topic is really interesting. So here, let's answer those questions. So, by the way, where was he? Do you know where was he?
I think no.
He said something about Malta. Have you ever heard of that island? It's very close to where you live.
Yeah, we know. Most of go there for holidays, and you know.
Yeah, we know it.
But
you go there for holidays?
No, not us. Libyan people, like, you know.
Yeah, Libyan people. It's like this island is very interesting. They speak the Maltese language is very close to Arabic, and it's the only Semitic language in the European Union.
Interesting. I've never heard something like that before.
Yeah, half of their language is like Arabic, but they use the slang which is similar to Tunisian. So I guess when Arabs go there, they can understand, like, you know, Maltan people easily.
Yeah.
All right. So here, Dosmond Morris observed human behavior even though he's a bird watcher.
True.
Well, he observed in a way that a bird watcher might, but it's not the same. Still, they're playing the same trick with you. He created a classification system for words people use with animals. That's wrong. He classified human behavior, not words.
Okay.
His project took him over 60 countries, and he traveled to many countries to complete it. It took him many years. We didn't know how many. He didn't say. But 60 refers to the number of countries he traveled to. That's correct. All right. You said something, Tasneem. Do you want to say something?
Yeah.
The last one, the program looks at sign language. The program looks at greeting gestures, not sign language. All right. So now let's match the type of gestures in to the countries. Then watch the video again and check. Guys, I want to tell you something. It's really interesting about Morocco. Why people are kissing the other hand constantly.
I don't know. I have no
think
idea.
it's culture.
Yeah.
Morocco, it feels like it's the land of, you know, all the strange things happen there with it feels mysterious for us, the people who are from the Middle East. Okay, go on, read them and try to match them. This is really interesting. And the Kurdish one is again very unique. I didn't see it before. Okay, so Maasai elders, what do they do?
I guess C. Briefly.
Yeah.
I guess D. They give a quick palm, not a forearm, a palm touch. Now Mali, West Africa, they give like a, this is C. They give briefly touch the forearm. Now what
Yeah.
about Morocco?
A.
Yeah.
And
for
Kurdish
B.
farmers?
It's B.
B. Continue until a deal is struck. Now this sounds a little bit harsh. I mean, I don't know. People just keep shaking. It doesn't feel comfortable at all. All right. So, saying you're crazy in Rome.
In Rome.
Put fingers toward and tap forehead. I don't think so. Circle finger.
And the clock.
Clockwise, or twist fingers around. All right. Or put fingers together and tap. We said this one. Tap side of head. This is not this one. All right. So which one is F? Which one is Rome? It's C. It's C.
Yeah. It's C.
Yes. Put fingers together and tap forehead. What about England?
A.
England is A and D. Both A and D, because they have two signs. And Japan is B. Japan is B. Circle finger, anti-clockwise, which is very strange in Japan. All right, guys. Let's work on this one as well. We can watch the video again if you want, but if you don't want, you can just go on, read the sentences and underline the correct, like a correct alternative. Do you want to watch again, or it's okay, you can answer them?
We will try. No need,
Go
I guess.
On. Try, then if you couldn't, we can watch. We still have time.
Okay.
Have you finished?
Not really.
Okay. Okay, let's do it together. I can do the first one.
Okay.
I drew his attention to the fact that over the other side of the road, there were two men who were gesticulating in a particular way. Go on for number 2, Tasneem, or
okay.
Tabtil, the same.
I will do it.
Okay. Okay, do it.
Okay. A major now project, one that was to keep my interest, I guess, me for many years to come.
Sorry to tell you, it's engross. Engross means like all right. It means like if you're engrossed, you're observing the attention, you know, like interesting. All right. 3, go on for it, Tasneem. I believe Tartil answered the second one.
Okay. I began making huge charts, naming every facial expression, every what's the word, teacher?
Gesture.
Every gesture.
All right.
Every
Sorry,
movement, every posture.
Yes, you need here the first one, you need expression, not gesture. The fourth one, even the simplest human action, such as...
She said expression, by the way.
Sorry, I heard you said it gesture. It's okay.
No.
It's okay, I'm sorry. Even the simplest human action, such as handshake, has countless variations. Things like can mean so many things. 5, you can do it.
Okay, the essential feature of handshaking is that it's egalitarian act.
All right, that's correct. And the last one for Tasneem.
Okay, they are all exactly fine-tuned to the prices.
We couldn't hear you well, but the answer is fine turn to, and the second one is context.
Teacher, the last word, occur, what is it?
Occur, happen, it means happen, to happen.
Which they...
Sorry, Tasneem, but we can't hear you very well. All right, this is really interesting. The shake hands, the greeting, different variations in the greetings.
Teacher,
for example, yes, go on.
Interrupting you, but I have so many new words. So,
all right, variations, it means like, do you know the meaning of variety?
No.
All right, understand the word in a context. This is what helps us. Such as handshake, countless variations. Means different meanings here, okay? So many different meanings.
Okay. And wait. In the paragraph, which says zoologist, I guess.
Which line? Tell me which line. I can go.
Not here in the paragraph. Purple paragraph.
In the paragraph. Okay, in the paragraph. Which line?
Oh, 1, 2. In the 7th line.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Zoologist, right?
Yes.
The one who is working, like the one who studies the science of the zoos.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And classify.
Classify to, if you classify something, you put it into groups, okay?
Okay. Teacher, what about rituals? I think.
Sorry, which
In the
one?
fourth
I
line.
didn't hear you.
In the fourth line.
Fourth line, she said.
Ritual.
Fourth line? Fourth line.
Rituals.
Rituals.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the African ones and the Moroccan ones? طقوس. In Arabic, we say طقوس.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Guys, you don't have to memorize all the new words here. There are so many new words, but try to, when you're like in your free time, check those new words in the dictionary, okay? And just read more than one example of their like using their meanings. This would help you understand those words. They're important, but not every single word in the passage. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Now, let's move on there. We will listen to some advice for visitors to the USA. Okay, imagine yourself traveling to the USA. And let's see if you're surprised or not. You'll be surprised.
Unit 8. Recording 8.
Okay, here are some things that I think would be useful if you're visiting the States, especially if you're coming here to do business. So, first of all, with names. When you first meet someone, it's considered good manners to use a title along with their surname, you know, like Mr. Smith or Ms. Jones and so on. But the funny thing is that, in fact, people will, in most cases, want to use first names, you know, be on a first-name basis, like, hey, call me Bob, and all that. That might not be comfortable for you, but in fact, if you stick to a more formal Mr. Smith sort of thing, it's not going to be comfortable for them. I also think that once they know your name, you'll find people use it a lot, so they'll say it periodically in a conversation. If you're not used to it, it can seem strange at first. Now, with meeting people for the first time, it's pretty normal for people to shake hands, or at least guys do. Women usually do, certainly in business, but not always. On the whole, Americans tend to avoid greetings that involve hugging and other close physical contact, except with family members and friends. Having said that, don't be surprised if someone gives you a hug the first time you meet them, either as a hello or a goodbye. You sort of have to keep your eyes open and try to anticipate what they'll do. When people sit down, like in a meeting, people like to get comfortable, so people cross their legs with one ankle on the other knee. I know this is rude in some countries, but it's normal here. That reminds me, if you're chatting with someone in an office standing up, they might sit on a desk, which I know is a big no-no in places like Japan. Other gestures, well, if an American wants to show agreement, they'll sometimes give the thumbs up sign, or they'll make a circle out of their thumb and index finger. Don't be offended if in your culture this isn't polite. It just means A-OK in the States. Last of all, timing. Punctuality is very important for business occasions, and it's unacceptable to be late. And if you are late, it will be appreciated if you let your contact know if you're going to be late. It's the same for social occasions. You need to arrive on time. Of course, having said all this, it's important to remember that the United States is huge, and there's a lot of variety in what's acceptable in different places. Anyway, I hope this advice helps.
All right. I guess those are very general tips. And were you surprised?
No.
Me too. I wasn't. I know all of that. Right.
Yeah.
So now let's move on to something that we can work on here. Now let's read this short article and see some aspects related to the like of a behavior in Britain. In Britain, by the way, in Britain it's really different than America. People in Britain
They
are
are more polite, right?
more polite, yes, more polite. I interacted with many Americans and with many people from the United Kingdom. You know, I love my American friends, but they swear a lot. This is something, this is something like true. They swear a lot. my friends from Britain, they definitely speak in a more softened way. I to be honest, I met many of them and they never swear. It can be different from a person to another person, but I mean these are the things that you can generally see. So now let's read and find out if they are again here like tapping into what I said. I can start reading and then I will handle it to you guys. So, body language in Britain, keep your distance. British people are friendly, but there are some important things every visitor should know when spending time with them. When you meet someone for the first time, it's important to shake hands firmly, regardless of gender, both in formal and semi-formal situations. On subsequent meetings, this is not usually expected unless you haven't seen someone for a while. While the habit of exchanging kisses is a growing trend among younger people, it should be initiated by visitors and should generally be restricted to family members and to people you have already met and like. Okay, go on, continue, Tasneem, if you can. Tasneem, your internet is good.
In terms of personal space, British people feel uncomfortable if you stand too close, so try to keep some distance. Also, it's important to make eye contact when talking to British, but don't overdo
talking to
it.
Brits. This is another word for British people, Brits.
Oh, okay. But don't overdo it, or you'll come across as rude or unpolite. Gestures such as hugging and backslapping are not recommended on the whole British people trend. British people tend to be less demonstrative,
yes.
Demonstrative, okay, than some other nationalities. They don't raise their voice or use gestures a lot.
To emphasize a point. Yes, continue.
To emphasize a point, and shouting is never acceptable. If you keep this point in mind, you'll have a much more comfortable and enjoyable visit to Brighton.
Well, this is part of this is correct. Honestly, the British people are polite. That's correct. I interacted with many of them. Today I had a meeting with like some, to be honest, I'm applying to a scholarship to the United Kingdom. But this book, thank you. This book is British as well. I believe that's why they're, like massaging the British culture. Exactly. We call it in English massaging, like when you massage someone, it doesn't really mean you're massaging him, but it means like, as we say in Arabic, massah jukh, like.
Yeah.
Right. What we should learn from this, it's the style of writing. You can see how the short introduction was really helpful here to give you a thesis statement. By the way, this is a very professional type of writing. It's not suggested for you to write like them. You should make your introduction a little bit longer. Then you support your ideas. Idea number 1, idea number 2, and conclusion. Now, here it's very interesting to see the style of writing. Look, between 2 commas, it means like this is an additional clause. You can see here the phrases, how they use them, the complexity and different structures in sentences. Read it, observe it, learn from the sentences. And again, in writing, I told you the key, to work on the book I gave you. So this would be all for that unit. Now, next lesson, which is on Sunday, Sunday at 10 my time, correct? 9 your time.
Yes, correct.
Right, we will be working on Unit 9, Trouble. And yeah, that would be it. So do you have any questions for today?
No.
No, thank you, teacher.
You're most
Yeah.
welcome. I wish you the best, and I'll see you on Sunday. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
See you.